Today we're going to introduce the Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central, and then a specialty industry that we can talk about with the paper industry, which I will bring in our partners. This particular solution can be on cloud, can be on-prem. The deployment is quite flexible, so we can do that both ways. Primarily for the manufacturing side of the paper industry. Who we have today who's going to help us with the nitty-gritty, the details of this particular specialty is our partner called Samadhan. They have been around for many years, 30 over years. They are co-partner. They have implemented close to 100 over 6 different countries. Very experienced and very focused in this particular area. Yeah. So, and this is where we will bring in Samadhan to talk in detail the industry solution for paper and packaging. Very specialized. Yeah. So I'm not gonna take the thunder out from them. So I'm gonna bring them in and let Samadhan, let Mr. Manov to talk about his offering and his organization behind this. Okay, so you can see their credentials. Many customers, many different countries. There's no barrier. Specialized ERP implementer, specifically just for this industry itself. And that's their strength.
Problems. One of the biggest problems we had in the last 1 year, and I'm very sure every one of us in the audience will also appreciate this, is the lead time leading to supplies of raw material. As manufacturers, supply of raw materials, which is all our input materials, as well as spare parts, as well as machinery, all of this were disrupted. Lead time is a big challenge. Escalating prices or inflationary costs of paper roll costs, in particular, it's a huge challenge for us in that sense, as well as freight costs, particular for corrugated carton manufacturers, where the main material is paper roll, and it's not a combination of many other things. Your main source of your material is paper roll. This becomes even more challenging. Now, what happened was a couple of years ago, we realized that we were sitting on a very archaic, very old ERP system. It has served us well in the past, but as time went on, then we found as management, as decision makers, where we have to react to market conditions, to customers' requirement. And today, most of our customers are MNC customers. So their demands, their quality, their requirements are at lightning speed in that sense. Okay, so we as manufacturers have to react to all of this, and we have to change. So we realized that we needed to go out and look for an ERP system that can suit and fill in the gaps. So we did a gap study, and then we found that we needed a solution that could measure up to this thing. Now, having put in a new ERP system, then we realized that we have a lot more data. Today, the newer ERP system allow us to collect a lot more data. And with data is the new gold for today, see? So with data itself, we are able to go out to the market, to the customers, to vendors and suppliers, in fact, and negotiate better pricing. Negotiate better pricing for ourselves, and so that we are able to also pass on costs down to the customer.
It's a pleasure to be part of this presentation. And as Bernie rightly pointed out, the world is in turmoil. and the business is always in turmoil because of some reason or other. But we are able to, uh, in the recent times, the disturbances have been very, very acute, and the need for a tool to figure out what's going on in my business and how do I steer it, as she was saying, that, unless you have data pointing at the right directions, giving you the ground realities in an understandable manner, your response to the environment would be very slow. So this was made very acute in the recent times, and in the new normal, it just so happened that the need, the acute need for an appropriate system became very, very clear and abundantly, visible to all business leaders. And we feel that we've been able to bring in a lot of values in the current situation. So what we are very happy to present to the audience here is the solution that we have built on Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. And as Bernie was saying, that they needed a better solution, and they looked around, figured out about who and which solution is likely to meet the requirement. And one of the things which they were looking for is that it should be a very robust international standard ERP, which should be forming the foundation of the solution. And the second thing that they were looking at was that is there a ready-made adaptation already available for their specific business? So that's what we brought on the table. We brought Microsoft Dynamics, which is an internationally acclaimed, very stable, very dependable ERP platform. And then we have been working in the corrugated business for a very, very long time with a lot of many customers. So we understand this business. We had a lot of things already created, and we went into box pack industries, and then we further adapted the solution for their specific requirement. So let me take you through the the entire scenario. So normally, in a atmosphere where you do not have an ERP, these are the issues we face. So there are systems which are systems by themselves. They're not connected to each other. There are a lot of duplicate data floating around. There are processes are manual. The reporting is not okay. The security is a concern area. All of this adds up to a lot of difficulty in trying to give an adequate response to the demands on the environment, right? So what does Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central have? It has everything that a medium business would require. It has got a very deep, adequate financial system, the quality management, operation management, a lot of reporting and analytic, supply chain management, sales and service management. So this is what Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central comes with when it is the standard offering from Microsoft. What happens is that on top of this, when we bring in other add-on solutions like us, corrugated solutions, so what happens is that we have this entire gamut of activities being adequately supported. So we work with sales forecast, then we get into sales, the procurement, paper, as Bernie was mentioning, that paper is a major raw material, and paper is always delivered and handled in reels. So the reels have an identity. You need to manage them from the time they get into your plant to the time that they actually get consumed. Then we have also worked out with a number of customers, including Boxpack, that our software can speak to their machines. So we tell the machine to do what, and then the machine carries out its production program as per the schedule, and we get an output also from the machine, and we get a consumption from the machine. So there is no human intervention. There are a lot of scrap which gets generated as a process, but we would like to know whether those scrap can be analyzed, and can we have a handle on any one of them, because any scrap that you can reduce adds up to your bottom line straight away. A very intelligent purchase planning and requisition has been made available. The quality of incoming material, work in process, and the finished good is available. We deliver our boxes in corrugated box industry in pallets, and the pallets are something which can be reused. So, and the pallets also provide identity to the finished good product. So there is a whole lot of management around that. We have a very strong production scheduling facility which helps us maximize the output from a plant and also meet the delivery timeline, the dispatch and trip planning, invoicing, and statutory obligations to the country in which we operate. So the entire thing is covered, and this is the snapshot of all that we provide as an extension to the Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central standard solution.